Hello YouTube, what's up? And welcome to another episode of PWE Plastic Wrestling Emotions. And today, it's not about another review or it's not about a rant about another lousy toy store. Today, it's some kind of unboxing video because today we take a look at what I ordered, paid, and got delivered this week. Actually, there's so much, and I ordered so much online that I have no real clue as of what is in those packages. So let's find out together. PWE, the newest episode starts now. It's plastic time! So the first thing I got this week is not really a huge surprise because it's already standing here and everybody can see what it is, including me. But it's just so nice that I wanted to show it because a very good friend of mine, Michael, hi, shout out to you if you're watching this. He came along and visited me in the office, and he has no clue what wrestling is all about. He has no clue about action figures or anything else. He just knew that I like WWE and that I like action figures or that I like collecting figures and toys. So what did he do? On his way to my office, he stopped in a store, got this Funko Pop WWE Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, and brought it to me. He came into my office, he said, hey, let's drink a coffee, let's go for a walk. And oh, by the way, I got you this. And I was so surprised, and it was such a nice gesture. So Michael, if you're watching this, thank you very much for this, Mr. McMahon. I'm not a Funko Pop collector, but it will definitely get a place of honor here. So this was the first thing I got this week. Next, let's open this one up. It's not from Amazon, even if it's in an Amazon package. It's actually from eBay, I think, yeah, where I got this. Let's open this. And like I just said, I have no clue what's inside. It's a loose figure. Oh yes, yes. Awesome. It's Mr. McMahon. And this, for those of you who don't know what kind of Mr. McMahon this is the figure that was Toys R Us exclusive and a mail-away figure. You could qualify if you bought, I think, 4 other WWE figures back in 2011, and then you got this in the mail, the Mr. McMahon. That's really nice. I so wanted this figure because the other Vince McMahon that is already part of our collection, the Elite Series 70 Mr. McMahon, the Vince McMahon, it's a nice figure, but it's not exactly the Vince that we all know and worship. It's the commentator Vince, and this guy here, that's the man who runs the show. This is Mr. McMahon. I wanted him so much. So now we have this figure, and because it's loose, it was pretty cheap on, not really cheap, but it was cheaper than anything else on eBay. And right away when I saw it, I was, okay, I have to get this, and I clicked on buy now. So now Vince McMahon, part of our collection. So let's see what's next. Let's open up this one, and this is a package that I have a slight clue about what might be in there because it feels like there is an Elite packaging, not the newest one, so I have a clue. I think I know who's inside. Let's take a look. Flashback series, Razor Ramon, ladies and gentlemen, the bad guy. And it's not classic Razor Ramon as you would expect in his ring gear that is coming up later this year, I think, as a legend from Mattel. This guy is the Razor Ramon that actually I got hooked. I always call him the Cuban Razor Ramon, because this is the attire that he wore in his starting promos when he got introduced. Because back in the day, for those of you who don't remember or weren't even born back then, when you introduced a new wrestler to a federation, you didn't just have him appear in the ring and say, "Oh my God, that's Razor Ramon," but you introduced him through video clips and vignettes, and Scott Hall did some amazing work in those vignettes. So right away when I saw the first or second one, I was like, man, I can't wait for this guy to make a first appearance on TV. Because he was basically at that point when he started and didn't have a clue yet about what he wanted to achieve with Razor Ramon, he was a little bit like the $1 Million Man, a snobby rich in the streets of Miami, treating everybody else like he was like a $1 Million Man whose currency was not dollar but machismo, and he was so awesome, and I fell right away in love with this character of Razor Ramon. And this figure is part of a set with Alundra Blaze, Doink the Clown, and Shawn Michaels, and you can build the Heartbreak Hotel interview set. That was pretty hot in the beginning of the 90s, in the beginning of Shawn Michaels' solo career after the Rockers. So let's see if we will find more pieces of that in the future. So that's Razor, that's Vince. Let's see what's inside of this package. And I think I know what's inside, because I think it's a loose figure, and that can only mean one thing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and I was absolutely right. The figure is loose, and it is good old JR Jim Ross. Not in the best condition, but that's okay. For example, this jacket I can replace because I have another part. Good old JR. People who know me know that I'm in real life a ring announcer and commentator for New European Championship Wrestling, the league that Alex Wright, Wunderkind Alex Wright, found in Germany after his career in the States for WCW. They know I'm a commentator and ring announcer, and of course this guy, Jim Ross, is like my hero, my idol. Right next to Howard Finkel, this is the man for me. So I'm very proud to have Jim Ross Build-A-Figure now, Lucy from eBay. Like I said, not in the best condition. The jacket is pretty played or worn, or however you might call it, but I have a spare part of that, so I can replace it. That's just fine. He will be the number one now in our commentator squad that we're building slowly. So Jim Ross, Vince McMahon, and Razor Ramon. And now we go for this one, for the big one, and I also have a small grasp of what might be inside of this. Let's find out together. And boy, oh boy, I was right with the idea that I had, because this is the behind the scenes brawl interview set. Many pieces, 9 backstage accessories, including the curtain with the WWE logo, so you can have your figures have interviews there. It works with the backstage brawl set and many other sets that are out there. So I can't wait to open this and do a review at one point. We will definitely do that. So, but this was quite a successful week for me. I hope you enjoyed this video a little. If you want, we will do further reviews of everything that's now on the table, which is, of course, the Razor Ramon Flashback series, the Cuban Razor Ramon. We have Mr. McMahon Funko Pop number 53. We have the Toys R Us exclusive mail away Mr. McMahon. We have the Build-A-Figure Jim Ross. I love that figure. And we have the behind the scenes brawl interview set. I love it. Can't wait to open it. If you enjoyed today's episodes, please leave a comment what you think about everything that we got today, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We see each other in the next video. Until then, goodbye.